Um,
I would like you, I would like to introduce my friend Masahiko from Tokyo, Japan. He is a consultant in the environmental movement in his country. Uh, and we met through a mutual group, which is trying to help us in a new world that we have, which is going to be based on reconstruction and a rehabilitation of this planet. Now that sounds like a very big plan, very wide ideal, but there has to be a first step. So please tell me about your work.
Hi, I'm environmental consultant and health consultant Masahiko Sano. My personal activity is environmental multi creator.
Yes.
I starting skateboard since I was 5, and then I changed to the surfing, and
Yes.
naturally, I respected the nature, and I was suffering from the trash on the beach, and I keep collecting the trash, and I realized this is, an endless to picking the trash. This is something wrong in the ocean, something wrong in the earth. I realize, and
Trash and
yeah,
garbage.
yeah. And then I have to do something. I realized after that, and I joined environmental activity. But I thinking by myself, I can do something by myself.
How
And
many
yeah,
how many people walking on the beach stop and pick up that trash?
yeah.
How many people
Sometimes, and 10 people, sometimes maybe 600 people, and I making the event small to big event, including the company.
Yes.
And that's I have to do next step. So I start in the clean up more different way, and like making skateboard upcycling, and making clothing upcycling, making
Yes.
the you know um, making the shop upcycling, maybe
Exactly.
company people. So that's kind of thinking away. I start to do this consulting job to for the in Japan right now.
Well, when you think about it, many of our problems
Mhm.
are hidden
Yes.
in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and the
Mhm.
Pacific Ocean. There is
Yes.
a huge pile of plastic garbage.
Yes.
We call it the gyre in
Gaia.
English.
Yes.
Yes,
Gyro. Yeah. Trust.
yes. And it's more than 100 kilometers
Yes.
of just solid plastic and
Yes.
garbage floating
Mhm.
in the ocean.
Right.
But it's international waters,
Mhm.
so nobody cares.
Right.
The United Nations
Mhm.
is supposed to care. Their job, their responsibility, the UN,
Right.
is to deal with that problem.
Right.
But they're not interested. Instead, they're interested in things that have nothing to do with cleaning the environment.
Right.
It's just to make us afraid.
Mhm.
We're all going
Right.
to die from global warming,
Mhm.
but we're dying now from
Right.
plastic pollution.
Yeah.
But they do nothing. So it's up to us. It's up to you and me
Yes.
and people who think like you
Mhm.
and me. Because unless the number 10
Mhm.
of the 600 walking on the beach, unless that number rises,
Mhm.
we're never going to heal this planet. We're never going to clean
Yes.
this problem.
There's huge amount of plastic trash and the other, trash from industrial trash in the ocean. And I heard 7 point of the big gyra the collecting the those trash, and
Yes.
that's kind of deep, world current in the ocean, and we
Yes.
have to focus that point, and collecting the trash belt, and researching and how to clean up the ocean right now. But, United Nations and world, countries doesn't care about
No,
so much because,
they care about uh, ridiculous things
mhm,
that are not happening now.
right,
And they're just trying to make politics or
right,
emotional problems or what I call division. They're trying to make people divided using things like, oh, you have to stop you have to stop creating carbon
yeah,
or you're going to kill us all. But they don't do anything to stop the carbon. They just say, pay us some money, pay us the carbon tax. So I don't believe them.
So actually, oil industry company, account, industry, companies, making the plastic, right? Because of oil's trash is plastic.
That's
It's
correct.
cost zero because they already paid by the, consumer to get the gasoline or oil. And after, making the gasoline, there is remains plastic,
Yes.
you know, you know, materials,
It's a
and they use the
waste product.
trash for the already upcycling, but that's things makes problem in the world situation right now too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And can you think of a country that has a long history of connection with the
Yes.
sea, with the waters, with the spirits of the ocean? Can you think of a country that has that kind of historical connection and respect for the benefits of the sea and the
Yeah.
fruits of the ocean? And I can think of a country like that. And I can think its name is Japan.
Ah,
So
you.
it's just a perfect opportunity, a perfect chance for Japanese people to take the lead in cleaning our oceans because that's the blood of this planet.
Thank you. Japanese country is a 26 over the 2600 years country. It's the oldest country in the world right now, and there is pretty connecting the nature and the culture.
Of
And
course.
if we can use all this storage of the culture from Japan, and how to restore the planet, and
Yes.
we can make useful for the knowledge from the old Japanese traditional thinking. So I have to learn more too, but I have to translate, and then maybe we can use it for the restore the planet. That knowledge too.
Well, I think the first issue that you and I can communicate with in the future is how to clean up those gyres
Yes.
in the middle of the Pacific. And also, we have another one in the Atlantic. But let's start
Yeah.
with the Pacific.
Okay.
There has to be pressure
Yeah.
on government.
Right.
And if government will not respond, there has to be a movement of the people to
Right.
do something. I
Right.
mean, it doesn't have to be a solution overnight. After
Mhm.
all, that gyre took 50 years to form.
Yes. Yes.
But we can start. We can start with a pilot project
Yes.
to somehow recycle
Right.
that material.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. You probably know more than I,
Yeah.
but I can talk well.
Right.
And
That's great.
I'm
Yes.
very strong in my talk, and
Yes.
my power to persuade people is going to be directed towards this problem
Mm-hmm.
with you because I think that that's the best thing to do today.
Oh, that's great. Yes.
I know that in my hometown of West Vancouver, we live on the sea.
Mm.
Here in British Columbia,
Yes.
we just love seafood.
Yes.
We
Yes.
we exist on salmon
Mhm.
and mollusks like clams
Crabs.
and so on. And we absolutely love sashimi and other forms of seafood.
Right.
And the idea
Mhm.
that our food is being polluted
Right.
with microplastics that then
Yeah.
get into our bodies
Right.
and damage our immune system,
Mhm.
our endocrine system,
Mhm.
that damage our ability even to reproduce by
Right.
causing problems in woman's uh, um, gestation and
Mhm.
man's uh, uh, sexual potency. All of
Yes.
these things are damaged by microplastics. It's unbelievable how what's happening. And if we don't do something,
Right.
it's not going to be global warming that kills us.
Right.
It's going to be infertility,
Right.
but they don't care.
Right. Actually, the big movement using the, environmental thing for the world reset, right? So we have to change to the real reset to the, going to bad way, like making plastic and not recycling, just, keeping on trash in the ocean, right? Now we have to figure out how to, you know, making turning point globally.
Exactly.
And
There's
yeah,
two
yeah,
resets
right,
because we live in a world of polarity,
right,
plus and minus, good and evil. One side is towards a more control, and the other side is towards freedom and rehabilitation, reconstruction for this planet. And I think that we are already on this side, and that's why we can talk. We can talk tonight.
right.
This is the beginning.
That's great. I was thinking, I've been thinking about fishermen in
Yes.
Japanese fishermen, and just
I tell you
so
what, let's make a deal. I'll
yeah.
take you to the jazz club. You take me fishing.
Okay.
Good?
You should, yes, good. And Japanese fishermen not thinking about that kind of problem so much because they just collecting the fish, right?
Right.
And how about making the trash fishermen for the work all around the world, and
Imagine if the fishermen,
government buying the trash from them.
imagine if they used their boats going everywhere with some
Mhm,
kind of technology
mhm,
or nets to
mhm.
collect the plastic instead of
Right,
just the fish. That's a fantastic idea. I never thought of
right.
that.
There is a challenger to making the trash board, and but not for everybody, just only a couple company doing that kind of
Right.
things. But it's no use just only the, one or two company. We have to do as much as people to
Yes.
get involved to doing this kind of job, right? And
Yes.
problem is, how to make the money from the collecting trash.
Mm.
And we have to, strong connection with each country government, and each government using for the money for collector. That's, their job to do, clean up the ocean, because they got so much money from the oil industry, right?
Yes.
So we have to change this kind of, system to,
Well,
you know,
for example, I am not an engineer, but I've heard that it's possible to take plastic waste
right.
and using enough pressure and
Yes,
enough some industrial method, you can
yes,
turn it into oil and gas again.
right, right.
you can reverse the process. Plastic comes from oil.
Right.
You can take oil and turn it, or take plastic and turn it back into oil.
Right.
Well, if we had suitable ships
Mhm.
parked around the gyre of
Yes.
waste plastic, turning it into oil and gas,
Yes.
I think somebody could make some money, or at
Right.
least pay the expenses of cleaning up.
If government, making the money for doing the project all around the world, it's instant,
Right.
real, make it so real.
That's right. So there's no
It's
technical
not dream,
there's no technical problem. There is a government and knowledge problem. People
Right.
don't understand it. It's kept hidden from us.
Right.
How many people understand about the garbage gyre? How many people understand about the microplastic that is inside your excellent tuna?
Right.
Do they know that?
Not so many people.
Not so many people.
Yeah, people knows about microplastic, or even ordinary people, but they don't care about real. Each day we eating microplastic,
Do they
like
know that
like a sushi.
exactly?
People eating sushi, but not talking about microplastic every time, right?
And then a woman
Not
has
at all, maybe.
and
Yeah.
then a woman has trouble
Right.
getting pregnant.
Right.
And these microplastics affect human
Yes.
reproductive
Right.
organs. It's
Yeah.
very serious,
Very serious.
but nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
Drug companies never talk about it. The government never talks about it because they're busy controlling us.
Yeah.
They don't want to help us.
Right. Totally. Yeah. We started talking about heavy metal in the body, but not my plastic about the body in the body infection.
Exactly.
Because the secret.
Exactly. But I come from a medical family myself. My grandfather was a doctor, and
Yes.
I have a little bit of knowledge, and I'm able to understand some reports about the microplastic pollution damage, and I know that it's starting now, and it will get worse. We have to do something. And the talk
Right.
about global warming is ridiculous.
Yes.
We have ice age, hot
Yes.
period, ice age again, hot period. This is normal. But microplastics have never been on this planet before.
Right.
This is not normal.
So that's why we have to start, this project, not, next day, just starting from today.
We are starting from today,
Yeah.
and it's not just you and me.
Yes.
There are others, and like us, and I believe that you understand that I'm also working with UNN, and as you are
Yes.
helping us, and it's going to be very soon that we're going to be putting resources
Yes.
and minds into solving these serious problems, and you have to start at the most serious.
Right.
And in my opinion, that is the most serious, microplastics.
Yes.
Number one. But nobody knows. Nobody understands. Well, that's why I wanted to meet you today, because I think our video maybe can be spread around a little bit.
Yes.
And I hope your friends in Japan
Yes.
can, if they don't understand English perfectly, that's okay. We can make, translation at the bottom.
Capture.
Right?
Yeah. That's true.
Is there anything else that you would like to talk about? We don't have to be so serious.
Yes, there are so many things, but starting from plastic is fantastic because everybody have to be know, and everybody have to be changed. Everybody have to be clean up people's body and ocean.
That's right.
Fish.
And everybody likes to make love and have children. And if that is threatened in a way that we don't understand, it's going to be too late.
Yes.
And Greta Thunberg, as I call her, Screaming about global warming
Yeah.
is a distraction from the real problem.
Yeah. So you know now it's pretty hot in Japan because of the global warming, everybody said. But
Everybody said,
yeah, everybody said
but is
that
it true?
yeah. But next term, turn into the cold weather next, but nobody said
I have a
about
question. I
that.
have a question for you. You've been living in Tokyo for a few
Mhm.
years.
Mhm.
Is it hotter,
Yeah, actually very hot,
more
like
than the
more
past?
hotter. Yes, impact. But it's not. It's I learn more, so it's going to be more colder. Next term. So I'm keep watching. What people say, but the people doesn't care about so much actually. Each day, people are busy. Doesn't think about what's going on in the world. Just spending every day.
Okay. What
Doesn't.
about Hokkaido?
Hokkaido, still, yeah, a little bit hotter. Yeah,
No,
Hokkaido,
Hokkaido is the North Island, isn't
North
it?
right Island, yes.
Do you think there's a problem with Hokkaido getting hotter?
Actually, there is many snow resort around that area. If there is
Yes.
no snow and there they cannot correct the customers
Is that
because
is that is that deadly? Is that
yeah,
dangerous? Don't you think they
mm,
could just grow more food?
sometimes yes, because if stopping snowing,
Yes.
and there is no snow, snow ski resort cannot open, right?
Oh, ski
That kind of,
resort.
yeah, that's kind of
Oh,
problem happening all around the world, all around
well, you know what?
town right
I
now.
don't care
Ski resort.
about I don't care much about ski resorts.
Mm.
I care about agriculture.
Agriculture, yes.
I care about support for humans. And
Hmm.
I think if temperature went up 2 or 3 degrees,
Hmm.
Hokkaido could have a more rice production,
Yeah, yeah.
have better
Actually, agriculture is not so many problem right now, I think.
exactly.
Yeah,
In other
yeah.
words, if it gets warmer, it's
Hmm.
just another transition to
Yeah.
another style. It's not going to kill anybody. It's not going
Hmm.
to damage anybody. It's not an emergency. And in my country of Canada,
Hmm.
which is mostly very cold,
Yes,
Canada is a huge country with
yes,
only 40 million people.
yeah.
40 million people is smaller than Tokyo, Yokohama, but
Right.
it's in all of Canada.
Mhm.
If we have global warming,
Yes.
it will be a miracle. Food production in this country will go up
Right, right.
1,000%. We will be able to grow so much grain,
Hmm.
so much wheat,
Hmm.
and our grasslands will be able to support so much cattle that we can cows and horses and so on. We can feed the world. But do you hear that on the news?
No, not at
No.
all.
And it's the same for Russia.
Mm. Right,
It's the
right.
same for Hokkaido. Now, a few people might have a problem and they might have to move.
We have to fit next step, right? Have to talk about agriculture. Global warming helps.
That's right.
Mm.
Can you understand what I'm saying? Global
Yes.
warming helps. Global warming is beneficial.
Mm.
Global warming is good. But if you get a microphone, a
Mm.
megaphone, and if you say that in the streets of Tokyo, what's going to happen to you?
People kick me out. Maybe, you know.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Right.
It's not the facts,
Mm.
it's the minds.
Yeah. Have to know correct, information, but government and media control everything, right? Mm.
Correct. We're on the same page about that. Well, we've been speaking for 30 minutes.
Yes.
We made an excellent 30-minute YouTube
Yeah.
episode. would you like to call it a stop for now?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
maybe get together in a month or two, couple of
Okay.
months,
Okay.
and have another session,
Sure.
and work on this problem some more. And
Okay.
I want to say I'm so thankful to you for
Thank you so
meeting with
much.
me this evening. And I think that some of the things that we're talking about are going to help others.
Yes. ありがとうございます。Thank you so much for your time and invited to our show.
This is our show. That's correct.
Thank you.
It's not my
I
show.
like it.
Me too. Good night for now.
Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.